This is day 13 of Becoming a Better Communicator series. Let's start. We're starting the first phase in which I'll be reading tongue twisters with a pen in my mouth to improve my articulation and pronunciation. The timer is set. Here we go. Peter Pfeiffer picked a peck of pickled peppers while Betty Water bought some butter. But she said the butter was bitter, so she bought better butter to make the bitter butter better. Meanwhile, seashells by the seashore, and the seashells are surely seashells. Near the shore, a tutor who tooted a flute tried to tutor two tutors to toot, but they said it was tougher to toot than the tutor had taught. At the same time, a big black bug bit a big black bear, making the big black bear bleed black blood. Around the corner, red letter, yellow letter echoed as three free throws thrilled 33 thirsty thieves. Finally, Rory the warrior and Roger the warrior were railing rabbits while truly rural rulers rarely ruled rural roads. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers while Betty Water bought some butter, but she said the butter was bitter. We'll now start the second phase in which I'll be starting the new sentence with the word I ended the last sentence with. Here we go. Today, to be honest, I wasn't feeling like to record this. This is because today was my weekend, but I've decided to do OT. OT means overtime, in which you do your more work and in return you get paid more. More people used to do this, but now the number of people doing it is quite less. Less it is because the work is already draining, and the weekends people like to enjoy it. It is a part of life, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't change the fact that you are being paid more for what you're going to do. Doing this takes a lot of perseverance and gratitude because many people had given their names, but only one fourth of them were allowed to do it, and luckily I was the one. Let's start the next phase, which would be the scaling exercise. Here we go. Success rarely comes from one extraordinary moment. More often, it is the result of small decisions repeated every single day. A single page read, one difficult conversation, a short walk, or 5 minutes of focused work may seem insignificant on their own. Yet, they slowly shape the person you become. Progress is usually quiet. It is built through consistency rather than intensity. Instead of asking how much you can accomplish, ask yourself what small action you can repeat tomorrow. Over time, these ordinary actions create extraordinary results. Success rarely comes from one extraordinary moment. More often, it is the result of small decisions repeated every single day. A single page read, one difficult conversation, a short walk, or 5 minutes of focused work may seem insignificant on their own, yet they slowly shape the person you become. Let's start the last phase of this, which would be to these. Let's start the last phase, which would be the stress and pause exercise. The timer is set. Here we go. Success rarely comes from one extraordinary moment. More often, it is the result of small decisions repeated every single day. A single page read, one difficult conversation, a short walk, or 5 minutes of focused work may seem insignificant on their own, yet they slowly shape the person you become. Progress is usually quiet. It is built through consistency rather than intensity. Instead, instead of asking yourself how much you can accomplish today, ask yourself What small action? That's all. Thank you for watching. Wishing you have a great day.